So Taylor Swift is once again making headlines, and in the best way possible. The Queen is setting the internet on fire with her Eras Tour, and it seems to be a huge success so far. She just started performing in Australia, and she came with her sleeve full of surprises. Fans were delighted to find out that her first show in Melbourne wasn't going to be any ordinary show, but one that would go down in swiftie history. Not only did she perform all the songs that fans love so much, but she also blessed us with some surprise tracks that no one saw coming. Yup, you heard that right. She performed some never-before-heard tracks for her Australian fans. Fans knew about the song and knew that Taylor had been working on some deeply personal songs along the way. We just never expected her to play those personal songs for us. One of the songs that she played was titled "You're Losing Me," and this is the one that fans have been talking about the most as well. It talks in detail about her breakup with her ex Joe Alwyn. Taylor and Joe were never really public with their relationship, and this was something new for Taylor. This is why we didn't really know what went down between the British actor and the American singer when they broke up. Fans were curious about the intricacies of their relationship, and when Taylor played this song for her fans, we got all of our answers. Fans can't help but to obsess over this song, especially since a lot of Swifties have been talking about just how relatable it is. But this song wasn't the only surprise we got during her first Australian show. She had in store for her fans, and she did not hold back. Grab some popcorn and get ready as we tell you about what was probably one of the most iconic shows that Taylor Swift has ever given us. You're watching The Star Spills, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about how Taylor Swift kicked off her Eras Tour with surprise tracks in Melbourne. But before we get to telling you guys about all of that, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this one in the future. So the Eras Tour, we all know about it, and most of us just can't get enough of it. It's been in the news ever since it was announced, and for good reason too. Taylor sure knows how to put on a good show and slay big time. She's been getting more and more successful by the day. Her first show in Melbourne was one that would be remembered for years, for a lot of reasons. The first and most notable one being the fact that it was her biggest show in Melbourne so far. Over 96,000 people showed up to watch the Queen of Pop perform her songs from all her albums to date.
I mean, you're making me feel like I get to play a show for 96,000 beautiful people in Melbourne. I guess what I'm trying to say is you're making me feel like I'm a man.
Now, if that doesn't speak volumes for itself, we don't know what does. Anyways, that was one big reason why this show was so iconic. The other reason is all what Taylor did at the show. Now, one thing that we all know when we go to a Taylor Swift show is that we're going to have a great time, but Taylor wanted to go ahead and make it the time of our lives. Taylor decided to gag all her fans when she announced that she was going to play a song for the first time. Now, this obviously set the stadium on fire, and fans couldn't wait to find out what song it was. She played two surprise tracks. One of them was "You're Losing Me." Taylor hasn't yet played any surprise tracks on any of the other shows during her Eras Tour, so this really was a pleasant surprise for all the 96,000 Swifties that crowded the Melbourne Cricket Stadium. The song is a bonus track from her vault of songs that were never released. These songs were on the Midnights album, which came out last year. These songs were only made available on streaming services 6 months after they were released in CD format, so a lot of fans had still not experienced these songs to the fullest. The song is allegedly about Taylor and her ex Joe Alwyn. It narrates how they broke up in great detail, and fans are living for it. As we all know, Taylor was head over heels for Joe Alwyn, writing a whole album for him and all, so it's obvious that the breakup was pretty sad. But that's the past now. She's now in love with someone who treats her better. So let's not get sad about someone who didn't treat her like the queen she is. But back to the surprise track. What does it say exactly, and what else happened at the show? We'll tell you all about that, but first, you gotta do us a little favor by sharing this video with a friend who loves Taylor Swift to the moon and to Saturn. Taylor and Joe Alwyn were first reported broken up back in April of 2023. That was the end of their 6-year-long relationship. Now being with someone for that long and then breaking up is obviously tough, and that is exactly what makes this song so beautiful. In the song, Taylor talks about how the two headed towards a breakup from her point of view. She talked about how she would glare at him every morning with quote-unquote storms in her eyes, asking the question of how someone who loved her so much could never tell that she was going through something. In the song, she talked about how he knew that there was trouble in their relationship and that they needed work, but he just never admitted it, and so it just never worked out. Now that's gotta hurt, no? Although a lot of fans have been saying that Taylor probably wrote this song sometime around April last year when she broke up with Joe Alwyn, that's not the case. According to her friend and longtime producer Jack Antonoff, the song was written around 18 months before Taylor's breakup was made public in April. Now this either means that the couple separated before they announced it, or that they had been having troubles long before they broke up. Which one do you think it was? But enough about all that sad business, let's talk about what else went down at her first Melbourne show. She talked about her upcoming album, The Tortured Poets Department. The album was announced back in January while she was receiving the award for the Best Pop Vocal Album for her last album Midnights at the Grammys. She said that she was really excited for the album to be out, telling her fans that she plans on releasing it on 19th of April this year. She said she couldn't wait for all her fans to hear the songs she's put together. The singer also talked about why this album was so important to her, saying that it has reminded her of how songwriting and being a singer helps her get through life.
As I was writing about, it kind of reminded me of why songwriting is something that actually gets me through my life. And I've never had an album where I needed songwriting more than I needed it on Tortured Poets.
But hold on, you thought the surprise tracks were the only surprises she came with? Well, the pop sensation also revealed an alternative cover of Tortured Poets' album. It's called the Bolter Edition, which has an exclusive song called The Bolter. It seems like our queen is going up and up recently. According to Polestar's 2023 year-end charts, the Eras Tour is the first tour to cross the $1 billion mark. And if that isn't queen behavior, we don't know what is. Taylor Swift still has 2 more shows to perform in Melbourne, and fans can't wait to see what she does at her next show of the Eras Tour. After these 2 nights, she will be heading to Sydney to perform a total of 4 shows, and that's getting us even more excited.
Seem a little bit like I am losing my mind over the fact that there are 96,000 people here tonight. This is the biggest show that we have done on this tour or any tour I have ever done.
And that was all we had time for in today's video. Do you think Taylor Swift is going to perform more surprise tracks at her next shows of the Eras Tour? What songs do you think she might perform this time? What did you think of her performance of You're Losing Me? Let us know all your thoughts and predictions in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this one in the future. And with all of that out of the way, as always, we will see you in our next video right here at the Star Spills.